Hi guys, it's me again. I got a little time before work, so I figured I'd say some things. I just wanted to go over my time in Raider and how it impacted me, not once but twice. So let's get it started. So I was sent to Raider about 13, 14 years old, as I mentioned in the last video, and in Raider, it impacted me. It changed me. You know, I only had a few months really initially to do there. They had this tier program that you could go through and eventually get some weekend passes and some week passes and eventually go home. The problem was I didn't have a home to go to. So I didn't have any motivation, any drive for that. So I became real rebellious. I was real angry about that. I'd see these other guys going home and what am I going to do? So I became violent. Started attacking staff, attacking inmates, and just being a really bad kid. In Raider, they had two sides. They had a minimum security and they had a maximum security. Now, this maximum security was like a prison. It had concertina wire and everything for kids. And over there, man, there was murderers, there was robbers and rapists. It was really bad. And as kids on the minimum side, that's where I started. We're terrified of those guys. But after a few years, you know, they got sick of me and I got reclassified and I got sent over there. I remember being scared my first day, my first week or so. Then I realized, unfortunately, I was just like these guys. I had that same anger, that same violence. In some cases, while I was there, I was worse than, you know, anybody there. I was barricading myself in the cell and attacking security when they would come in. I was horrible. Then one day I went to this like church service and these college kids were there. They had this glow about them, this aura. I was real interested. So I was checking them out, talking to them, and started getting involved a little bit. Soon, I got saved. And I'd asked the Lord to come into my life and to be my Savior, and I believed it. And I believe it to this day. That was the day I was saved. Things started changing. My behavior started being a little better. I started running Bible studies and helping out the chapel, being involved with these kids that would come from Oral Roberts University when they would come there. And things were changing. There was even these two old nurses. Well, I call them old. They had white hair. I was a kid. They were probably my age now. I'm 53. They were probably that. Anyway, they would come into my cell at night. They, you know, would pass out medicine and they would pray for me. But not only would they pray for me, sometimes they would sing to me, not often, but every once in a while. But this singing, I'm going to sound crazy. It sounds crazy to this day. Thing is I believe it to this day, and I believed it then. They would sing to me in tongues. I don't know what they were saying. I can't even describe the sound. It was just this beautiful, beautiful sound. And it was uplifting, and it put me at ease. And I swear, as a child, my dark cell would get a little brighter. I know it sounds crazy, but that's what I believe. Eventually, or like I said, I was doing better. I had a court date coming up. Just a little review. And it was like God spoke to me and it was like, Denny, you're gonna get out. He didn't like vocally speak to me. I just felt it, man. I just knew. Something told me I was getting out. Even the head counselor there, Larry Dobbs, was like, you're not getting out. I'm recommending you stay till you're 18. Your behavior's only changed for a few months or so. You're not getting out. No, I'm getting out. So here we are. I'm in this van from Tulsa, Oklahoma, going to Oklahoma City and going to court. And we're running late, like 30 minutes behind. And first time I'm starting to doubt a little bit. Maybe I'm not going to get out if I don't see the judge, you know. And sure enough, we pull up in Oklahoma City, you know, behind the courthouse. And my mom's outside. Didn't have much of a relationship with her, but she was there. And she was crying. And I was like, uh-oh. I didn't get out. And so we get out, you know, ask her what's wrong. And she said, you're out. The judge let you go. You're free. What? What'd he say? What'd he say? Well, he said that you'd been in there for so long and had not received any treatment, didn't cooperate at all, didn't change at all. None of the programs were working for you, and I'm going to be 18 soon in about a year, and it was just a waste of resources. and to dictate my own future. Basically is what he said, is they gave up on me. There was no chance for me, and they let me go. Again, all this is verifiable in the courts of Oklahoma, juvenile courts. And so I was out that day. I knew God was good. I believed it. And when I got out, I was doing good. And I spoke at a church. I gave my testimony, and I was getting ready to speak at other events. And I even signed up for the Army, early sign up, 17 years old, took my ASVAB test, passed it, was going to go. Then one day I was at the mall, Midwest City, Oklahoma, Crossroads Mall. And I ran into this guy named James. I won't say his last name. I still remember it to this day. And old James, he was a couple years older than me. You know, I was just over 17 at this time. And James had 2 joints in his pocket. And we smoked those joints. And I ran from myself, from that Army recruiter, and from God. I ran from God for over 35 years. I've just recently found him in the last few months, and here I am. I've got this overwhelming call again to give my testimony and to talk to others. And that's what I'm doing, and that's why I'm here today. Now, I'm going to say this as well, too. That 35 years I ran, I didn't commit any crimes. After I got out of prison in my late 20s, I didn't commit any crimes. And didn't do any drugs, didn't drink, didn't do anything. I tried to be a better man every day, and it took a long, long time to get used to going to work every day, to get used to being a regular man. Now I'm getting used to being a man of God. All right, well, I got to go to work. It's exactly 10 a.m. You guys have a blessed day. Thanks for listening.